Hey guys, this is the Nintendo Man 27 here, and this is the second video of my New Year's Eve celebrations, and as you can see it is part 5 of my offline Grand Prix Mario Kart 7 videos. And today it is going to be the 50cc Star Grand Prix Part 1. And the races in today's video is Piranha Plant Pipeway and Wario's Galleon. So as you can see here, we're racing on Piranha Plant Pipeway. It's quite a nice map, got a little bit of underwater, got a little bit of flying, then obviously on ground stuff. It's all very mixed and fun to drive on. So we get off to a good start, surprisingly. I thought we were going to start off to a bad start, and we're immediately in first place. Hopefully we can hold that for the rest of the match, and we can be on our way to gaining those 3 stars that we've successfully gained in the Mushroom and the Flower Grand Prix. So today's video is basically, there's not going to be a theme to the commentary once again, and I'm basically just going to be talking to you guys. And the first thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was, well, I was watching this video the other day, and it was about this guy, and he was basically ranting about how Nintendo hadn't put enough time and effort into Mario Kart 7, and he was saying that they'd moved on to other games, or they weren't thinking that they were going to be able to release Mario Kart 7 on the deadline that they've been given. So they basically just rushed it, and they didn't spend enough time on things that they perhaps should have spent a lot of time on. And he was saying that the game is pretty much ruined for that. And I mean, I was watching it and I was actually getting genuinely angry, because I think that's a load of rubbish. I think Mario Kart 7 is a fantastic game, and I think, yeah, if Nintendo had put more time in, maybe they could have improved the online, maybe the servers would be a good thing. But I think that's nothing that they can't improve in the coming months, and that is something that will make the game just stand out even more, because I think at the moment it is definitely my favourite game on the 3DS, and I don't think that it's noticeable that Nintendo didn't spend as much time on it that they possibly could have done. I mean, it doesn't show at all, and I think this guy, absolutely ridiculous how he was moaning at Nintendo for not spending enough time on the game, because I honestly think it's the best Mario Kart game to date. And yeah, basically I don't think that guy's right at all. So no, I honestly don't think that the time that Nintendo has spent on it has affected the game in any way, well, in any negative way anyway, because I think they spent sufficient time in the game to make it as good as it possibly could have been. So that leads me nicely on to the next point, and that is, do you like the new maps? Because I personally love the new maps, and in these in the first 8 episodes of this offline Grand Prix, you can see all of the new maps that have been added into Mario Kart 7. And personally, I think they're great. I think that the way that you can race underwater, you can race in the skies, you can race on land as usual, I think it's great. I think the drifting mechanisms is awesome as well, and I think the kart customization is also a great new feature. And I mean, it's not just the new maps that I'm enjoying. I think it's the old retro maps that they've brought back, and they've added so much too. They've added extra shortcuts that you can be finding every now and then that you didn't think you'd seen before, like the DS version or the Wii version. And it's just cool when you find a new shortcut, or when you're gliding above the map like you haven't done before in previous games. And as you can see there, we managed to hold our first position pretty much the whole way through that race, and we end up being first. So we've got time for the next race now, and it is Wario's Galleon, like I've said before. So that should be coming up any second now. So, Wario's Galleon. This is going to be a good race. I think this is another one of the good maps. And yeah, basically it's a good fun map to race on like the other one. So, like I was talking about the retro games before, well, not retro games, retro maps, I think the additions that have been made into these maps is amazing. And I think the improvements in graphics as well, I think that's great as well, and it really is noticeable. Like, maybe it had been a bit grainy on the DS, and well, basically you haven't been able to explore it by like flying or by drifting, because I know drifting you weren't able. Oh no, you were able to in the DS game. What am I talking about? I'm thinking about the GBA game that's been released on the Ambassadors program, but a GBA game nonetheless. It's a bit grainy. You can't drift, you can't fly, you can't really travel underwater that much, and I think the way that you're able to explore these new maps, like, well, you've never played them before, and they just feel like totally new maps, and you should be seeing in the next few episodes of my offline Grand Prix series that you should be able to see the improvements that have been made, and I think they're outstanding. and I think it honestly does draw together to make the game absolutely fantastic, and a game that you're definitely not going to want to miss with 3DS. So, the next thing I wanted to talk about is the customization of the carts, and how you're able to basically build a cart that suits your needs perfectly. I mean, in previous games, like in the DS and the Wii game, you've been able to choose your cart, or basically, say there's the bullet bike. You can't customise that bike, you can't say, that's basically for speed and acceleration, let's say. And maybe you want a little bit of handling on there as well. You can't, you'll have to choose a totally different cart that maybe specialises in just handling. Whereas in this game, you can choose, say, a main frame of the car, which is amazing for speed and acceleration, and then you can choose wheels, that is great for handling, and then you can choose, say, a kite, which improves your speed again. So you basically just got an all-round car that suits your needs as a driver. And I think that's a great improvement to the game as well, and it's just something that adds to the overall experience. And yeah, I'm going to want to be doing a video soon showing you all the cool customization ideas that I've unlocked, and showing you what best suits my play type and what carts I like using a lot of the time. So, the next thing I wanted to talk to you about is this new camera angle. So, if you've watched the first part of my multiplayer online, then you will know that I brought a black adjustable stand, and the unboxing of that should be on my channel soon, or it should be on there already. And basically that was from Amazon, and it basically just helps me race amazingly and have amazing footage as well. As you can see here, it's not shaking at all, it's fit on the screen perfectly, it's in HD, and yeah, I just think it's great. It's not blurry, you can see everything, and I think the stand is definitely a great investment. If any of you people are thinking of buying it, then you definitely should, if you're like if you basically just play the 3DS at all and are making videos. So, as you can see there, we crossed the line in first place. And that is all we got time for today. Stay tuned and be sure to comment, rate and subscribe for more videos.